Welcome back to Boston Public Radio. I'm Jim Browdy. Sue O'Connell is in for the Christmas panicked Marjorie Egan. We're live from the library, streaming at youtube.com/GBH News, facebook.com/GBH News. A reminder, BPR will be on our annual holiday break next week, so no library days. We'll be back at the library on Tuesday, January 2nd of next year. It's time for Live Music Friday, the last one of 2023, if you can believe it. Here at the interview desk, we're joined by 3/5 of the contemporary Scottish and Cape Breton folk group Scottish Fish. They have 2 holiday shows tonight at the Great Club Passim. Their 4th time doing this, which is surprising considering they're not exactly ancient. They all started playing as a band when they were 11. Is that 11? 11? Well, whatever. We're joined at the interview desk by Julia Homa. Is I pronounce that right?
Yep.
Great. Hi, Julia. Ava Montesi.
Yeah.
How'd I do on that one? And Caroline Dressler. That I can do. We'll talk with other members in a moment. If you want more info on the band and to catch them either tonight or at a few shows they have in January, you go to ScottishFishFiddle.com. Julia, Ava, Caroline, welcome. We're great to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much.
Thanks so much for coming in. Listen, I want to start with how you came to this music. My family on my mother's side, the Quinns actually, are great Celtic players. My late cousin Wayne in the Northwest was known for playing all over the place. I started growing up and never thought, hey, I want to do that. So how did you come to this music?
You want to go?
Yeah, so my mom is a little bit Irish. That's like vaguely related to why she was into it. But when I was around 4, we went on a road trip to Cape Breton Island in Nova Scotia, and they have a big Celtic music scene up there. It's a lot of like intergenerational playing. It was incredibly cool to witness. And so I saw these like little kids like around 4 or 5 years old playing the fiddle and step dancing, and I thought it was really cool. And then we came home, and it turned out that in the town that we lived in, we're all from, or a bunch of us are from Arlington. There was a woman who taught Scottish fiddle lessons, so I just started taking with her. And I was really good friends with Ava at the time, so it kind of like bled over into other of my friends. And
How long ago was this, Ava?
Yeah.
When did you start meeting each other?
Well, I've known Caroline and the Julia, who plays the cello and piano, since I was about 4 or 5.
Wow.
But I didn't play back then.
And are people still, I mean, I don't buy this notion that people can stay friends, 5 of you, for all this time. You really get along, everybody, or is this a pretend thing?
We really get along.
You do?
Yeah. And to a aggressive degree, yeah.
Really?
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like we're
You're
still
nodding.
playing together just because we like hanging out, honestly.
Is that really
Oh
true?
my God.
That's why we started playing together, is because we had so much fun just hanging out.
And you're
then-
still having the same amount of fun?
Oh, yeah.
I think
Now-
we're having more fun now.
Is that really so?
I swear it's true.
It is
So
true.
why does someone choose the fiddle, for example, over, Julie, like classical violin? What appealed in the former as opposed to the latter?
Yeah, so I guess for me, I loved playing the fiddle just because of how fun it was and the community that surrounds it. And so, like, when you go to these music camps, which is where I got to know the rest of the band, like these fiddle camps, there is so many people of all different ages and different generations playing together. And I guess for me, classical stressed me out a little bit more because it was so competitive. And fiddle was mostly about like having fun and playing music that you love together with people that you enjoy spending time with. And so
pretty
that
great
would really drew me to it.
What other music do you listen to?
All sorts of music.
Like, when you're driving to a gig, what do you have on the?
Okay, well, recently
yeah.
we've been listening to a lot of old jazz.
Early jazz.
Like early jazz, yeah. It's like it was on constantly when we were touring the West Coast over the summer, and then we moved on to tango music the second time we were on the West Coast this summer, and now we're like aggressively into ABBA as of this most recent weekend, because we were driving back from New York City like really late at night.
Do you know who Christopher Muther is?
No.
Christopher Muther is the travel writer for the Boston Globe. I love Christopher Muther, with one however. Christopher Muther, the most excited he's been, I believe, in the last 5 years. Do you know that they're fake ABBA people in London? Do you know about this thing? What are those
No.
things called? What are they called?
The
Avatars?
Oh.
Do you know
Oh my
about
gosh.
this?
Yeah, we saw it, like the little thing on
We
the
saw
screen
the
over
headline,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
not
that's what it
them.
was.
Do you know that? It's them, but
Yeah.
do you know? Does
Yes.
that appeal to you at all?
No.
Exactly. Okay,
Yes.
fine. We're in a good place. You know,
was
Julia,
very different.
what I want to do is Celtic players. A couple of months ago, one of the great people we have ever known on the show, Brian O'Donovan, died, who did more for all kinds of music, particularly Celtic music. Celtic Sojourn was his show. Did you guys had some time with him, did you
Yeah,
not?
so actually the first time that we were here, which is about like 6 or 7 years ago now, we were really little. He hosted us like right here.
At the library?
Yeah, at the
Yeah,
library.
did.
And did you play? You
And
played?
we played, yeah.
And what was that like?
He is amazing. He made us feel so welcome and
Yeah.
so a part of this community. Cause he was kind of like, I wouldn't say the ringleader, but like he was.
He was the
He
ringleader.
was like a grandfather to like the whole
Yeah.
community.
Yeah, to
he
all
really
of
is.
us. And like he was so supportive of like the people that we grew up listening to, and to like have that support from him also, like as we were growing up in the community, was something that was really special. And then him hosting us at the Burr and Backroom series
Oh, that's
was for
fabulous.
our CD release concert, and a couple times before that was really, really cool.
People you look up to, correct me, Katie McNally, somebody
Katie McNally,
who's
we
been on our
love
show,
Katie
was
McNally.
here
For sure,
with
yeah.
Brian a couple of, and my
Yeah.
God, is she talented. I mean, that was
Yeah.
just incredible. Okay, so Caroline, what are you guys playing? What's the first thing you're going to play?
So the first thing we're going to play is a tune called Epic Reel. It's by a traditional musician from Vermont, but we've taken it and put our own little spin on it, and it's one of our favorite pieces to play. And then after that, we're going to play one of our more holiday arrangements. As you mentioned, we have this like holiday showcase coming up tonight. So we have a few sets that we take like a Christmas or holiday tune and put it with like a Celtic tune. So that one we call Carol.
Carol, fair
Yep.
enough. Can you put your headsets down gently on the counter
Yeah.
there and join your bandmates?
Thank
and we're going to
you.
hear them playing Epic in a couple of seconds.
Yeah,
here.
want to remind you, of course, that you can still get tickets tonight to their show at the Great Club Passim. It's a 5 p.m. show, so it's perfect to do if you're out shopping in the area to get over there. And, of course, they're going to be touring New England in January, returning in January 13th. So just make sure you visit the Club Passim website for information. You guys ready to go?
Scottish Fish playing Epic. Take it away. Scottish Fish. Scottish Fish, come on back. Well, three of you, Julia and the two other bandmates.
Wow.
That was fabulous.
Yeah.
Again, two holiday shows at Club Passim, the fabulous Club Passim tonight. Julia Homa rejoins us. Julia Heibel is joining, and Maggie McPhail. That was fabulous.
Yeah,
These three.
if you're listening, you also have to go to YouTube and watch.
Yeah, it's
there's
beautiful.
no
It's great.
doubt. You guys, I'm shocked. I've seen 500 trillion music ensembles in my lifetime. You guys look like you actually like each other and are having a good time. I mean, I know you said you like each other, but you really love doing this, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's
true.
great. Yeah, I mean, I've like known all these girls my whole life, and they're all like a couple years older than me, and so pretty much it's just been like 4 older sisters, I guess.
Do you know who the Brown sisters are? Speaking of that, you probably don't. This is a great idea I have for you, not that you need it. The Brown sisters were 4 sisters, I think.
I believe so.
Who, starting in 1975, a photographer who I think's name was Nixon, I'm not 100% sure, took their photograph in roughly the same position every single year for like 40 years or something. That'd be fabulous for you guys. Is that, you're looking at me like, really? No, it's a great, trust me, it's a great,
So
yes?
we actually have something
You do?
kind of similar, which
What's
is
that?
we've played the Boston Celtic Music Festival this is going to be our 11th or 12th year now, and we have a picture of us at the
You
same
do?
stage on Club
Oh.
Passim, like for all of those years. We
Great
did.
idea I had, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
No, we implemented it in advance.
It's
so-
amazing. Retroactively.
Yeah.
So, Julia Heibel, you're the non-fiddler. You play the
Yes.
cello and the piano.
Correct.
So, do you feel like an outsider, or how do you deal with this?
A little bit, but I like my role because I get to counterbalance everything else.
You're
that's
the
going
anchor.
on. And I
You're
get
the
to
anchor.
do whatever I want because there's no one else playing chords.
Do you
Right.
play fiddle at all? Or you don't.
No, I don't.
And-
Yeah, you don't want to hear me do that.
That's okay.
And what do you guys meet like at the end of every year and say, do we want to do this for another year? What's our creative future going to look like? Are we going to
You
implement?
asking me and Marjorie, or you asking them?
I ask you guys every year, and that's why I'm only here once a
Okay,
year.
fine.
Is there a, like, are you going to implement ABBA into your playlist? I mean, how do you decide what the creative future of the year is going to be?
You know, we've thought about doing an ABBA concert where we just only do ABBA covers.
I think Maggie was asleep in the back of the car on the way back from New York when we were discussing this, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in
Yeah.
terms of our like creative process, we kind of just each like bring ideas to the table, and then we're usually all on board, and then we kind of just implement them.
Yeah.
Julia Homa, where's the name come? What's Scottish Fish about?
This is a classic question.
And
Yeah, so the name Scottish Fish comes from 2011 when we were at this fiddle camp called Boston Harbor Scottish Fiddle School. And I think it was me and Ava and Caroline and one other person were doing this quartet for the Kaylee there, which is like a party at the end of the camp. And we were we had this whole thing where we brought a bunch of candy and like stashed it in our rooms. And we're like obsessed with it because we were 11. And
is Swedish Fish where this is going?
this is where it's
Oh
going.
my God! Go ahead.
Yeah. So we were like, this is going to be the funniest thing in the whole world. If we call ourselves Scottish Fish because it's a Scottish music camp, we've been eating Swedish fish all week. Like, we thought we were like top-notch, hilarious comedians.
I think it's pretty.
Well, you're pretty
top-notch,
insightful,
hilarious.
actually. I guess it was really just a creative strike.
Yeah.
Right?
Can I ask one more question before you were? I assume people have day jobs. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does everybody, Julia? What does everybody do?
Okay. Do we want to go down and?
Well, quickly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean-
Okay.
What do you do?
I work at Club Passim actually, and then I also work at Berklee College of Music.
Oh, you do.
Yeah.
How about you, Julia? Another
So
Julia.
I just graduated from the New England Conservatory here in Boston.
Jesus.
And yeah, my last day of school was last Friday.
Oh,
so I don't
congratulations.
have a job yet.
And Maggie, what's your deal?
Well, I actually just quit my job. I was just working at Buffalo Exchange, so yeah, that was my life. But then I didn't have any time for music, so. And now I do. It's great.
Great
Yeah.
priorities. That's great priorities.
By the way, a ton of people are
Yeah.
texting saying they're thinking of Brian O'Donovan,
Donovan,
which
yep.
really makes me feel
Yep.
wonderful as you were playing. And quickly, Ava and Caroline do
so
what?
Ava's a track and cross country coach,
Whoa. Hello.
which is
My God.
very cool.
Okay.
And Caroline is a substitute teacher.
That's fabulous.
Excellent.
Okay, you're playing choral. Choral?
Carol.
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 Whatever. Go do it. It's great to meet you all. You're
Thank you
fabulous.
so
It
much for having us.
By the way, we're
Thanks for
getting huge,
Yeah.
great reviews on you guys
And I
as
have
you're playing.
the smiles on the faces and the
Yeah,
oh
great.
wows
It's
of the
great.
folks here at the library. You can definitely see them tonight at Club Passim, 5 p.m. Their holiday show. They're going to be back on the road. Of course, they are Scottish fish, not Swedish fish, but you know these strikes of creativity take us everywhere. All right, take it away, guys.
Carol. Fabulous.
Scottish
Just great.
fish.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
Are they great?
That's might be the best performance all year we've heard, and it's so
It was beautiful.
great to have Brian O'Donovan's spirit with us during
I'm
this
thinking the
holiday
exact
season
same
as
thing.
well. Okay,
Do
so
you want to say where they're going to be?
absolutely, you can see them tonight at Club Passim, 5 p.m. holiday show. Tickets are still available. On tour in New England in January at the Crystal Ballroom in Somerville. Go to ScottishFishFiddle.com for more information. When